Hi there, this is Linda and welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're new here. In this video, I'm putting together my Project Life spread for the week of November 20th through November 26th, 2023, and I'm working with the November Stories by the Month kit from Ali Edwards. Let's go ahead and dive in. To finish up my 2023 Project Life. So I'm now on the week of November 20th to 26th, which contains Thanksgiving. And I'm working with the November Stories by the Month kit. And I have actually never even taken this thing out of the package. I don't think that I even ever looked at it. Let me see. Oh no, I did pull the cards out, but I haven't really looked at it. So this is going to be fun. And let's see, I have all 3x4 pockets this time and a variety of photos. So this was the week that contained Thanksgiving. I don't really do much for Thanksgiving. I went out with my boyfriend's family and we got duck, but I don't really do Thanksgiving. It's just never been a holiday that I like. I don't like turkey. So it's just not for me. I do have one extra photo here. So I guess on this side, I'm going to do them in the corners like that. Okay. This is me getting the new January Stories by the Month kit in the new package and how it's like switched up and stuff. So let me just look at what we have here. So I have the stamp set, which I don't use these very often in my spreads, and I should use them more. But I don't know, I'm just not a huge stamper. I do think this one's super cute. This Grateful Thankful would make a cute pattern for a background. And these are fun. I like that I'm going to have I have the full year of those. I could definitely use those. Let's see, we've got these labels, which are very simple. Good for adding journaling onto photos. There's these vellum leaves. I'm not sure if I was supposed to get 2 packs or not, but I have 2 packs. These I'm not using in here. This vellum is so beautiful, you guys. I'm obsessed with this. It's so pretty. Open it. But I'm not sure that I want to use it in Project Life. It's so beautiful. And then this one I'm going to save for my Mini Me album. But I'm going to just take it out of the plastic. Don't know why each individual paper has to be in plastic, but let's see. This one, if you wanted to put this in Project Life, I would like crop it to make 4x6 cards with like the half circle on it. So if you wanted it to fit in these divided page protectors. Okay, so let me see what I have here. So there's this card is very cute. I need a title card. It looks like there's not really a good title card here. These kits really only have 4. I feel like maybe I'm missing something. Not sure, but this, maybe I'll use this. I don't know if I want to cut it up though. It's so pretty, but I'm not going to hoard things. I'm going to use that for my title. And then I have been using this to do a recap of the month. So I want that. And then this can be about my Thanksgiving and that weekend. And then this can be about other stuff from this time. Then let's see this one. So I have this November Stories, but again, I'm not using 4x6 cards, so this isn't going to fit unless I cut it out. So I'm thinking I could cut it out and just do like November, like that maybe. Let's see, or even like that. So I think I might cut that one down. And then this one could be cut down too. Just trying to think, what stories do I have to tell this week? So I have putting up Christmas and Thanksgiving. So this one's going to be about Thanksgiving. I think this one could be maybe about putting up Christmas. And then the stories can be another one. Let's see, moments to remember. I think this one would be good maybe for like the bullet points, but I'm just trying. So there was the first snow, so I have that one. I could do that as a card. Just trying to decide if I want to use this one too. Cut it down. I don't love this one. I do really love these though. It's like my filler card, maybe I'll just do one of them on like white or something. Let's see. I do really like this color. I'm trying to decide if I can. I think I can. So I'm gonna kind of like disassemble this card and make some of my own cards. Not sure if I want to use this one though. I feel like this one, the colors are more like has the oranges and stuff. Although if I bring these in, that is gonna bring the oranges in. I'm not entirely sure. I also have these, which are super cute. So what I think I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and put you guys on fast forward and start getting this one put together so I can kind of take my time and a little bit more as I figure out what's gonna go in each pocket. Okay, so when I was putting this one together, I was particularly inspired to kind of cut up more of the pieces. And I've been really inspired by Morgan Beal on Instagram. She's been sharing her Project Life spreads as she started the new year, and they were very, very inspiring to me. So I really love how she cuts up a lot of the cards, and that's something I've done for years, but sometimes I need that little push to remind me about something that I love in my spreads and to do it again myself. I really, really love that vellum in this kit, so I did end up cropping down 2 3x4 cards from that. Actually, I think I cropped down 3 pieces, but for now I've cropped down 2. One to be my title card and then another one to be a filler card on that left-hand side. Right now I'm putting together the title card. I backed these pieces of vellum with white cardstock just so that it would have a more solid card in the pocket. And then I added a label from my stash from an old set from Kelly Perky and added the date stamps on it. The rolling date stamp that I used was too large to fit twice on there, so I had to cut out the word November in the second piece, but you can still tell what dates it is. I should have covered up the year in the first stamp, but oh well. I added the November chipboard piece to it and called that good for my title. And then I'm cutting up this 4x6 card that says stories on it. Or November stories. And I'm going to use it on a few different pieces. So right now you see I have the November down there on the left, thinking I'm going to use that to create like a title. But for now, what I'm working on is this extra piece. So I cut out a piece and it wasn't quite 3x4 because I needed to cut off the part that had the words on it. But I was able to turn it into a 3x4 card by backing it with white cardstock and adding a fall themed washi tape along the edge. And then I stapled one of the leaves from the kit, the vellum leaves, on top of it to create a fun filler card. This card right here was a 4x6 card that said November moment. And like I said in the introduction, these kits last year when they had the larger papers in them didn't have that many 3x4 cards, and it typically didn't have enough for me, but it did have more 4x6 cards than I could use because in the 9x12 album there's just not that many 4x6 pockets. You can see in the spread I have 0 4x6 pockets, so I was just trying to find ways to make those cards fit here. I cut another piece of the vellum and put it on top of this white cardstock here, and then turned the word stories into a little tag on top of it where I rounded the corners, and then I ran it through my sewing machine so that I've basically created my own journaling card that corresponds really well with the rest of the kit because it has the vellum that's on some of the other cards and it has the word stories that pairs with that November. And I'm going to go back and add some journaling onto it in a bit. Now I'm working on the 3 things card. These were a repeated element in all of the Stories by the Month kits in 2023, and they are repeated again in 2024. In my 2023 album, I decided to use these to recap the month each month. I used the Stories by the Month kits in 2023 as the last week of each month, and so it worked well to do it as a recap. In 2024, I'm going to be using the Stories by the Month kits possibly as the first week of each month, so I'm not going to use it as a recap, and in fact, I'm actually going to save these 3 things cards because after doing them for the full year of 2023, I don't really want to do them again, but I will probably use them in a future year when I'm wanting that feeling again to do those recaps. I added one of the chipboard pieces onto that photo of me and Pumpkin. That has become one of my favorite photos of myself lately. And so you've probably seen it on Instagram. And then I'm moving on to this photo of the tree. So this was the week that I put up the Christmas decorations. I had put up some of the decorations on my own, but on the Friday, I think it was on Friday, after Thanksgiving, my daughter was home for Thanksgiving break, and her and I put up the Christmas tree and the exterior Christmas lights, which was very nice to have. I have this photo of the tree lit up in the dark, so I wanted to make note of that, and I added this story tag on there to add some layering. And then I'm journaling on this card that says stories about my daughter coming home and putting up the Christmas decorations and her just being home for the long weekend for Thanksgiving. She actually didn't come home until Thursday night because she spent Thanksgiving with her dad and Wednesday night, but I did have her. Thanksgiving is just not a holiday that I care that much about. So she did come home for the weekend and we got really excited for Christmas. For Thanksgiving, I went out to dinner and had duck, which is that photo in the bottom right. And so I'm going to journal about that on this gather card that says gather, love coming together. This card is specific enough that it could be for Thanksgiving, but it's general so that you don't have to use it to document Thanksgiving. So I was very happy to use it for Thanksgiving this year, but I like that it has that flexibility in case I didn't want to document the Thanksgiving holiday. So I just journaled about how my daughter went with her dad for Thanksgiving and then what I ended up doing. I also have I realized that I had too many cards to have journaling here. You can see on the left-hand side there, I have 3 pockets left for journaling, and I really just didn't need that much journaling this week. So I do end up doing something else. Right now, what I'm doing is just adding a little bit of decoration onto this card. I decided to stamp the Just So Thankful onto that scratch piece there. And I'm cutting it out to create my own word phrase strip. I'm going to layer it on the bottom here, but I felt like it was it didn't have enough pop. So I added more of that washi that I had on that other filler card that I created. When you pull things from your stash like this, it's really a great idea to use it in more than one spot on the spread to make it a little more cohesive. So that washi tape is fall themed, which is why I wanted to use it, but it has more pinks and browns in it than this kit. This kit doesn't really have any of the pinks, although there is some pink in my photos. But adding that washi tape twice on the spread helped make it seem cohesive and like it fit in with the rest of the kit. This photo here was my January Stories by the Month kit showing up, and I didn't know what to expect. So I was very excited to see the change in the packaging, so I wanted to document that. I used one of the round label stickers that came in the kit, and I used another one on one of the photos of my mugs. Right now, I'm just slipping everything in the pockets on the right-hand side to get it out of my way. I tend to not slip things in the pockets until I'm done, but recently I've been doing this more where I'm slipping them in as I finish cards or at least one side of the spread, just to make more room for myself to work on the desk. I end up leaving that photo of my coffee and planner there that's in the middle plain. I like to leave some photos unembellished, and I actually left quite a few photos unembellished in the spread because I spent so much time on the 3x4 journaling cards, and I had a lot of layering and things, and that made the spread look a little bit busier. So whenever I do spend more time putting a card together, I like to balance it out with a very simple card so that the spread doesn't seem too busy. This is where I decided I had too many journaling cards, so I decided to create the second filler card here where I'm using more of this vellum and backing it with white cardstock, and then I'm adding the November pieces of life this month on the bottom there. I took it over to my sewing machine to stitch it down, and I'm pulling that thread through and taping it on the back with Scotch tape. Then on the front of this, I'm going to add one of the chipboard tags, and it's just more of a patterned tag. So I decided I could have left it as is, but I decided to pull over some word phrase strips from my stash that were in colors that coordinated with the kit and stack them on here. So I put love together and celebrate today, just random word phrase strips, but I like to pull those in whenever I can and kind of use them up because I have so many in my stash and they are such a fun embellishment to play with. I added some additional journaling on this card that said moments to remember. And this was the one where I just wanted to do some bullet points of random things that happened this week. So I documented that we got the first snow on Tuesday. I played pool on Monday. I had a really busy work week. And I got a new employee that I was training. And I made eggplant pizza for summer on Saturday night, which is one of the newer recipes that I have tried out. I've been really having fun cooking a lot lately and trying out some new recipes, and it was exciting to be able to try one of those with her home, and she really loved it. This November moment card, I journaled about going to work on Black Friday, which I guess probably should have been at the other side of my spread. But when I'm thinking about a weekly spread, I don't necessarily go chronological Monday through Sunday across the spread. It's all just kind of pieces from the week. And I'm more focused on like balancing them out. I do like to pair photos and journaling cards that go together next to each other, but otherwise I'm really just trying to balance the spread. You can see my spread here. I have basically every other pocket is a photo, and the remaining pockets are either a journaling card or a filler card. I have quite a few filler cards in this spread. I actually have, 3 at the end, plus my title card, which is a lot more than I usually do. I tend to have 1 or no filler cards, but recently I've been putting more of them in. And I think that's just because I have a lot of products I want to use. I'm really enjoying using the products up. And I just have a lot fewer stories these days, but I'm still enjoying this project, and I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. Here's a look at that completed spread. And as always, if you have any questions or comments, please leave them down below. And I hope to see you guys all in the next one. Thanks. Bye.